these taxes. For further clarifications, call us on our toll-free line 0800-117-000 or email us on services@ura.go.ug. Please ignore this message if you have already complied.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Wait, Abu, tunamaliriza. And what are you doing throwing papers all over the place?
I'm looking for an invoice for a sound system and cables that I received yesterday, but I can't find it.
You know there is a way of keeping all this in one place and available to you as and when you need it.
I really wish there was one, because the way these invoices grow legs and disappear.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Now how did it get there?
Tabo! Do you know that with EFRIS, you can stay on track of all your business transactions and improve on your record keeping?
How so?
Kati tuli ku computer with EFRIS. I just search using the fiscal document number and I retrieve the records I'm looking for. Bookkeeping becomes simple after that.
Kapo, awesome, yeah.
I began using URS Kakasa Solutions and now I'm in charge of my business. And you can as well.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Kapo, you seem to be in a hurry. Where are you going to?
I'm gonna pay URA visit.
Why would anyone visit URA? Of all places?
To know more about the Kakasa Business Solutions, namely digital tracking solution, the voluntary disclosure program and electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing solution, which have turned my business around. You know I need to be on top of my game to protect my empire. If you know, you know.
I too need to know what Kapo knows.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
In chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Uganda Revenue Authority reminds all taxpayers to file their monthly returns and make all outstanding payments by the 15th of every month. Please comply to avoid penalties and interest associated with failure to file returns and payment of these taxes. For further clarifications, call us on our toll-free line 0800-117-000 or email us on services@ura.go.ug. Please ignore this message if you have already complied.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Wait, Abu, tunamaliriza. And what are you doing throwing papers all over the place?
I'm looking for an invoice for a sound system and cables that I received yesterday, but I can't find it.
You know there is a way of keeping all this in one place and available to you as and when you need it.
I really wish there was one, because the way these invoices grow legs and disappear.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Now how did it get there?
Tabo! Do you know that with EFRIS, you can stay on track of all your business transactions and improve on your record keeping?
How so?
Kati tuli ku computer with EFRIS. I just search using the fiscal document number and I retrieve the records I'm looking for. Bookkeeping becomes simple after that.
Kapo, awesome, yeah.
I began using URS Kakasa Solutions and now I'm in charge of my business. And you can as well.
Kakasa, be sure you are in charge of your business.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Kapo, you seem to be in a hurry. Where are you going to?
I'm gonna pay URA a visit.
Why would anyone visit URA? Of all places?
To know more about the Kakasa Business Solutions, namely.
Good morning, it's a beautiful Wednesday and we are here live coming in from the 19th floor of the URA Tower, and we are live on the Live Tax Lounge, and with me on set is not a quintet but rather a trio of experts from the Domestic Taxes Department, and we are here to appreciate the changes within the digital tracking solution. We have some new elements, and we have experts in the house who are going to be breaking down for us so that we are able to appreciate exactly what it is. If you're a manufacturer, you need to know exactly what you need to be doing going forward. If you are a consumer of some of these gazetted products, it is incumbent on you also to appreciate these new changes so that you buy right. My name is Solomon Chimbogwe, and I've been joined by, of course, Robert, Samali, and Tony. Before we go any further, please allow me to give them a moment to introduce themselves, say their hellos, then thereafter we shall dive into the matters of the day. Starting with my immediate neighbor and a namesake. Robert, if you may, please say hello to the viewers, tell them who you are, what you do here, and exactly what you have to offer this morning.
Good morning, our viewers. Robert Amanya is my name, the acting manager for Digital Tracking Solution. So this morning we are going to dissect what's new, which stamps are we bringing on board, why the change, when is it taking effect, and all those details we are going to discuss this morning.
Thank you so much, Robert. Samali, you can come in.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers. I'm Samali Namitala from the DTS unit as well, working with Robert, and we are here to help you understand what we've brought on board and how you can fall in place with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Samali. Tony, over to you.
Thank you, Solomon. Anthony Kayundo, DTS unit. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. Kindly pay attention to what we're going to tell you, because it will help us build the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, friends, for making the time. out of your very busy schedule to come and share with Ugandans about what is new within the sphere of digital tracking solution. It's been a journey. The thing is not new. It's been around for a couple of years now. But Ugandans will still have a couple of questions to ask. And perhaps the very first question that people have on their minds is the question of why. If we can get some context from Robert, why are we changing the stamps? What has informed the decision to, get to this point? But they would also like to appreciate the journey, if you can summarize the journey thus far, from 2020 to date. What's the story?
Thank you, Solomon. To bring it into context, we started in October 2019 when we were rolling out for the stamps, and it's been quite a journey. And as you know, in life, the only constant in life is change, as the saying goes.
True.
So as URA, we also have to keep improving, have to keep enhancing as we follow the available technology, as it also grows. So from 2019, we have been having these stamps. So it's time that we come now to change so that we can leverage on the available technology. So that is hard for people to copy the stamps, so that we make it easier for even our clients to view them and be able to differentiate them. And to put the security features where a client can easily scan and understand what is this, or how am I supposed to identify these stamps, because we've been having these challenges. So it is from the feedback from our clients that we keep on improving. So I want to appreciate our clients, our stakeholders, that the feedback we get, we really take into consideration as we are developing these ideas, which we give to our suppliers so that they put them into context to keep improving. And this is not the last time we are doing this. We are going to keep improving and improving. We started with a few products as of now, as they are going to discuss in detail, but even others we are going to keep changing, so that everything that emerges, we leverage on the technology so that we keep being better and better.
Thank you so much for building that context, because it's important for people to appreciate the need to keep the stamps fake-proof.
Yes, sir.
We need to make it as difficult as possible for anyone to...
For anyone trying to counterfeit, it should be as difficult as possible.
100%. That has been well appreciated. I'm moving over to Samali to get into the specifics. Exactly why? What are some of those elements that have informed the decision to get a bit more granular with these stamps? Why the changes?
Thank you. Good morning once again. As Robert has already alluded to, we have had instances. When we started in 2019, we started with 6 products. We had fewer stamps available. Then we went on expanding, added 2 more. I hope we know the products we started with. We started with beer.
You can remind us.
All right. We started with beer, soda, wine, spirits, water, tobacco. Yeah? So in 2021, we added 2 more, sugar and cement. And lately, we've just added cooking oil, fruit and vegetable juices. We've added other alcoholic beverages and other non-alcoholic beverages, and another category called other fermented beverages. So
I would like to probe you just a little more on the other fermented. If you can just drop some descriptors there, because someone might be wondering what are some of these products when someone says other fermented, other non-fermented.
Okay, thank you, Solomon. In Excise Duty Act, digital stamps is all about enhancing excise duty.
Yes.
And whatever we're bringing on board is affecting excisable products.
Yes.
Now, under the Excise Duty Act, in the second schedule, there were introduced some new categories of products. And these included the other alcoholic beverages, other non-alcoholic, and other fermented beverages. Just to put it in context, like you've asked, we have products that are not what they call near beers. They're not actual beers according to the manufacturers, the specialists out there. Beers like cider, You've heard of Tusker Cider, you've heard of Savannah.
Yes.
That category of beers.
Hunter.
You know your products. Yeah. So these products are not considered beers. They are actually called near beers. They're made from mead, pear, that sort of thing. But because they don't actually fall in the same category as the hardcore beers that you know, which you can also give us some highlights on. Yeah. A category was specifically created for them for tax purposes, and they were labeled in the second schedule as other fermented. So we had to differentiate them from beers that we had already started stamping earlier and created that section, other fermented. So they were included in our schedules as well. The other alcoholic, other non-alcoholic, we have products that don't fall under the alcoholic products we already had in the list. Spirits, wines, and of course beers. So these include products that are commonly known as the kombuchas, tonto, that category. So these products were not being taxed. So our bosses, the Ministry of Finance, in their wisdom, told us to bring them on board. And because now we had put them in the category that competes with the wines, the spirits, we had to bring them on board under the stamping as well. Hence the category we created. Okay?
So those are the ones that formed the
the other. All other products that I've just mentioned. The other non-alcoholic, other alcoholic, and then other fermented beverages.
Thank you so much. It was important for context.
Yeah, thank you. So when we brought on these products, we had different stamps, like you have already known, the long rectangular for the spirits, like that one there. We had the round stamp for the non-automated, the ones that don't put digital stamps on top of their bottles, digital codes, but those which use paper stamps, the round stamp. So we had already introduced that stamp, and we used it, because it was already in the system, we used it to also stamp the new categories I've just mentioned, the juice, the non-alcoholic, the other non-alcoholic, and other fermented. And yet they were already on the water and the soda. So we were using one stamp on all these products. So it was becoming quite difficult for the public out there to identify if I'm getting the right product with the right stamp, unless they went ahead and scanned, but they couldn't identify them using the eye. So we went ahead and asked our provider to make stamps that would be differentiated across board. That's the reason we introduced, one of the reasons we introduced the stamps. The other, of course, we've had a problem with people trying to create their own stamps. Let me put it that way. We've had people creating the stamps of spirits, especially, even the round stamps.
I remember there was a big case where someone was trying to counterfeit one of the popular spirits.
Yeah.
And he was intercepted. He was given away by the fake stamps that he was putting on.
Exactly. Our stamps have security features. And when we use our gadgets, you are able to identify a non-conforming stamp that is fake and one which is genuine. So we've had a number of people faking these stamps, and we wanted to be able to, as a countermeasure, to phase out those that had already started their own line, if I may put it that way. So the other issue was, like I've already mentioned, we had stamps, the round stamps. Maybe I can show.
You can show the people.
The round stamp doesn't have a data matrix. I don't know if you can see this. It doesn't have a data matrix. What they call a QR code.
QR code.
The one that you use for scanning and picking information. So we wanted it to have a stamp that will be able to be read by the scan. Right now, people have to read this human.
The numeric.
I don't know if you can read it yourself right now.
I can't, my eyes are still okay. 4CYE, double B, 8WG.
Exactly. So some are finding that a headache.
Yeah, it can be a headache.
So we are trying to improve our stamp so that you can just scan without having to read the code. Of course, we've changed other security features. The crane will be no more. The color shifting feature will not be the same. And those are some of the issues that we've changed on the stamp.
Okay.
But lastly, contractually, we have to be moving with the times, like you mentioned, technology, new times, new methods. We have to change with the times. So we had envisioned that and put it in our agreement with our service provider that we shall be changing regularly, and it was time. So that's the reason why we've changed.
Thank you so much for giving us that context. Some of these things were not really clear to us, even to some members of the public, but I'm certain that with the background that you have given, everyone can clearly see why we needed to get into the space of bringing on board new stamps and the purpose that they're coming in to serve. And that brings me to the question that I would like to field to Anthony. It is a question of the products. What products are being affected by these changes? Is it a case of all the 13 products that are gazetted for digital tax stamping, or we have some specific products that are being affected by this new change?
Thank you, Solomon. Like you said, we are not going full on the products, the 13 products. So we have we've categorized them the following. We have the spirits that usually look like this. The ready to drink, that is, for example, Smirnoff. Then we have any other alcoholic beverages. Then any other non-alcoholic beverages. Then the water, juice, other fermented beverages, soda and wine. So the ones we've left out currently, cooking oil, cigarettes, sugar, and cement. So those will come in later on. For now, we are working with this because what we've noticed also is most of them are being forged. The ones that we've mentioned, we have so many cases of forgery currently. So the ones we will look at first and first phase them out, then move to the next.
They've been the most affected in terms of...
yeah, especially spirits is the top most affected. Spirits has been forged a lot, so it's had to be amongst the ones that we are phasing out.
Fantastic. This brings me back to Samali, and the question that I would like to ask her is, you know, people usually want things that are sequential, phased, with a bit of stakeholder management. You didn't engage us, you didn't tell us. What has the background been like? Like, how are we moving along this path of phasing out of the old and introducing the new? What are the timelines looking like for, you know, the specific products? And of course, even some of the interventions that have happened. This is the time to speak to that, because it's not been sudden. We are not just coming up with this. Some work has been done in the background.
Okay, thank you, Solomon. Now, like I've already explained why we are changing, those were the main forces behind why we actually did this. To come up with these designs and the timelines that we're looking at, we had to look at, one, how has the stamp usage been? Which ones are moving fast? Which ones are not moving fast enough? Those that are being forged, of course. And then, of course, when is it okay for us to start looking at the public having one time to roll out, time for them to prepare. So we phased, like you said, we phased out the stamp new designs according to all those parameters I've talked about. For example, the spirits, they move very fast. Spirit is very, I understand there's an article which came out recently, we are very good drinkers. So spirits move very fast.
You're going to perform very well in that field.
In that field, yeah. So we phased them out and started issuing the new stamps in December. Actually, by 15th December, we had started issuing the new stamps. So the old stamps are being phased out slowly. We did not abruptly stop. Like the public notice said, we'll give you time. But the transition period we had located in the message we sent out was 1 month. Of course, we have had feedback from the taxpayers. Some say mine will take longer than that. Give us more time. So those are being handled on a case by case. But we know that most of the spirit stamps that have gone out, the old stamps have been used by the manufacturer. Now there are two issues here. There is the usage at the factory and what we find in the market. Spirits don't expire very fast. What is the word?
They have a longer shelf life?
They have a longer shelf life, yeah? So some spirits will stay longer in the market and they will retain that old stamp. So we are looking at phasing out and expiring the stamps at the production stage first.
Oh.
Yeah, so the manufacturer will be required to phase out the old stamps within a specific period. We had given a month, but we're looking at seeing how that will work out so far. So by month, if we are talking about 15th, they should have phased out by now. So we are still getting people responding, I'm still using. So we are looking at them individually. So that one, from the manufacturer's flow, we expect them to be phased out at least within the next 2 months.
To have phased out by 15th?
By 15th
December
of this month.
at the production line?
Month, January.
15th of this month.
A month from 15th, we should have stopped. Beer is supposed to be rolled out supposed to have been rolled out by 5th, and we've already issued those that came. But it's also slow moving. If you know, in Uganda we have the major producers of beer are automated, and they do not use paper stamps.